In this video, the 9th in the Getting Started series, we will learn about the Loft command and learn some additional functionality such as shortcut key, profile direction, takeoff weight, guide rails, and timeline marker. To save some time, some of the components for this video have already been created. Start by uploading the handle start file from Exhibit 1 into your Getting Started series project. Once that is complete, open the handle start file into Fusion. Refer to Exhibit 1. Activate the handle component by clicking its radio button in the browser. We will construct the handle using this black component as a base. Right-click on the end face and choose Extrude. Enter 13 millimeters for the distance. Right-click the end face and choose Create Sketch. In the previous video, we covered the shortcut key P for the Project command. This time, let's explore the Shortcuts dialog by pressing the S key. A dialog will appear, allowing you to search for any command. For instance, if you anticipate frequent use of the ellipse command in your design, begin typing ellipse. Observe how the command list filters as you type. Once you locate ellipse in the filtered list, navigate to it and press the up arrow next to it to add it to your Shortcuts dialog. Now, whenever you press the S key within a sketch, the ellipse command will be available in that dialog. You can add any of your preferred commands into the shortcut dialog. Furthermore, each workspace, such as the sketch, model, and drawing workspaces, has its own unique shortcut dialog. Project the end of the circular handle component onto the sketch. Then, draw a 9 mm circle below it. Vertically align this new circle with the projected circle and dimension it to be 43 millimeters below it. Finally, press Finish Sketch. Refer to Exhibit 2. Right-click on the circular profile and choose Extrude. Enter 8 millimeters for the distance, but we want the extrusion to start offset from where it currently is. In the Start section of the dialog, change the profile plane to Offset and enter 5 millimeters for the offset distance. Notice that the extrusion is still 8 millimeters long, but offset 5 millimeters from the sketch plane. Refer to Exhibit 3. The Loft command takes one profile and changes it to another profile along a path. For example, going from a circle to a square. To do this, it requires some sketches for reference. For our handle, we're going to loft from a circular profile down to an elliptical profile. Let's start by creating the elliptical profile down on the small cylinder we just created. We need to create a sketch that goes through the center of the cylinder, so we will use the Axis through Cylinder construction command we learned in the last video. Then, create a plane at angle construction plane on that axis at 0 degrees. This plane will serve as the basis for our sketch. Project the cylinder body onto the sketch using the Bodies option in the Project menu. Now, use the S shortcut key to bring up the Sketch shortcut menu, and you should see the ellipse command that you added earlier. Click on the ellipse command, and then click left of center on the axis line. Then click on the top edge of the cylinder, then enter 3 millimeters for the width of the ellipse. Dimension the ellipse to be 3 millimeters from the cylinder's left edge. The ellipse will appear cyan, indicating that it's not fully constrained. To fully constrain it, use the tangent constraint to make the ellipse tangent to both the top and the bottom of the cylinder. Once fully constrained, click Finish Sketch. Refer to Exhibit 4. To project the circle onto the handle, right-click the black circular face and select Create Sketch. Then, press P for Project. Remember to change the selection filter back to Specified Entities before clicking the circular face. Finally, click Finish Sketch. We now have sufficient information to initiate the Loft command. Select Loft from the Create menu. First, click on the circular profile, and then on the elliptical profile. A red preview will appear, indicating that it's cutting through our smaller cylinder. Change the operation to New Body. Now, the loft looks a bit odd as it's trying to connect the vertical circle to a horizontal ellipse. In the dialog, change the Connected next to Profile 1 to Direction. Also, change the Connected next to Profile 2 to Direction. The Loft preview updates, and we can see what the handle looks like. It looks a bit heavy up at Profile 1, so select Profile 1 in the dialog and drag the arrow to change the takeoff weight. Around 0.5 looks good. You can type 0.5 into the dialog for precise input. We can see now that the circular profile extends out a bit before changing down to the elliptical shape. Press OK to accept the settings. Refer to Exhibit 5. We created these as separate bodies that we now want to combine together. Use the Combine command to combine the handle with the loft and the cylinder. Add a 0.5 fillet to all of the edges of the small cylinder. Then use the Hole command to add a 3 mm hole through the center of the small cylinder. Refer to Exhibit 6. The Loft command also allows you to define a path for the profiles to follow. In our example, we did not specify a path and just had it loft directly from one profile to the other. Let's add in a path for the loft to follow so you can see how this works. Drag the timeline marker to before the loft was created, as we need the sketch to be created before the loft was created. Turn on Sketch 2 and Sketch 3 in the browser, as we will need to reference these to create a new sketch. In the Construct menu, select Plane through 3 points, and click the 3 points shown in Exhibit 7. Right-click on the plane and select Create Sketch. Project the center point of the vertical circle and the center point of the ellipse onto the sketch. Then draw a simple fit point spline from the top point down to the bottom point in the shape of a question mark. Use the horizontal and vertical constraint to constrain the green spline tangent lines to be horizontal at the top point and vertical at the bottom point. Refer to Exhibit 8. Move the timeline marker to the end of the timeline. Edit the Loft feature, and in the Loft dialog, select the Center Line option under Guide Type. Then, click the spline you just created. Observe how the circular profile now follows the spline, transforming into an ellipse by the time it reaches the bottom. Press OK. Refer to Exhibit 9. Turn on Sketch 4 in the browser and drag the spline points around a bit to modify the spline to see how it affects the loft. Click on the Undo pull-down and select the Roll Timeline Marker to Here next to the Hole feature from the Undo list. Press the Save icon to save the design. In the next video, we will learn how to use the Form tool to create the finger grip for the handle.